this key back, and they're gonna make us the once and future.
Okay. This is your starving, poorly aging, sarcastic PC witty gamer, and right now we're going to try City Skylines 2000. And the reason we're going to do this is I've heard there have been updates, and I'm wondering, is it more stable now? Can I use it now? We will do our best to find out. Let's go with easy for now. In the coral riches, we will name the town YouTubeville. It's in North America, yeah, absolutely. Here we go, City Skylines 2000, if it doesn't crash. And by the way, if it does crash, we may upload a video of it crashing, because we want people to see what it's really like to play PC games. Make a mistake, don't worry, you can bulldoze it. Now see, I haven't even done anything in the game yet. I have to actually do something to make a mistake. I don't have to do a lot to make a mistake. Oi, that music is a mistake. Oi. Talk about annoying. Radio volume, menu music volume. Well, that's weird. They don't have just a music volume for like when you're in the game? Show advanced. Let's see if it shows up under advanced. Master volume. Well, we want that to be high. Interface volume. I don't know why that would have sound at all, but okay, well. If there are radios, we probably want the radios to be heard. Wow, it's just as loud. So the problem is the in-game music. Okay, remember that something B, or maybe it's just B, is the shortcut to the bulldozer. So I came back here, not to annoy you. I annoy you just naturally, of course. But I came back here because of course, I saw that it was using Celsius. I don't know Celsius. I'm an American. I am a real American. And it's the 4th of July. About the most un-American thing you could do would be to expect an American on the 4th of July to use the metric system. So I was seeing if there was a way to opt out of the idiotic metric system. And I see all sorts of other options. By the way, I've seen, you know, cheap games made by one guy in his mommy's basement that have the ability to change between metric units and imperial units. So me not being able to find such a setting on this and then having to put up with that lousy, really loud music while I'm trying to figure out the game is intolerable. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking everything that says it's music except the radio. And so I don't know what background sound volume is, but it doesn't say that it's specific to music. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to mess with the ones that say they're for sound and then don't say that they're for music. Now, I'm probably wrong about that. There's a lot of things I'm wrong about. Right now, I'm installing the tool chain that isn't needed to run the game. So this was a waste of time, much like a lot of my life is. But yeah, I'm kerflimped that I have to use a system of measurement that I am not used to. I don't know your metrics and all of that. Why in the world would you make a game that you're selling all over the world and yet you don't give it the ability to have Fahrenheit? I mean, this alone makes me want to just exit the thing. But, you know, I pre-ordered City Skylines 2000. I'd like to get my money's worth someday. It doesn't seem likely to happen, but I guess it definitely won't happen if I don't try. Like, you know, people mock me and they say, don't do your YouTube channel, it's going to fail. Well, ironically, the only way I can guarantee that it's going to fail is if I don't do it. Yeah, I'd like to zone. Can you? Thank you. Oh, they want me to read these things first with this loud music banging in the background. Zones are divided into groups according to the types of buildings they allow for. Now see, that's an improper sentence right there. You should not end a sentence in English with a preposition. This is your way to allot different areas of the city for different uses. See, I'm thinking they didn't have careful testing of this game. For one thing, the game barely worked when it released. And then when they started to fix things in their patches, sure enough, those patches made other things not work. That's why I'm skeptical that this is going to work. You can choose which theme the zone buildings follow. This affects the visual style of buildings that get built in an area. You can change the theme at any time. The change will come into effect for any new zoning you apply. I really can't at this point because most of them are locked for some reason. So it looks like I can only do North American style single and semi-detached houses when we're talking about residential, at least. Different modes help you shape your zones exactly the way you want. No valid Unity editor license found. Please activate your license. Well, that's just what you want to see when you're streaming or making a video for the U and the tube. Right. Making videos to promote this game, to get people to buy this game, to get people to love this game, and this game is just not cooperating. Different modes help you shape your zones exactly the way you want. Did we already read this? Keep in mind that for buildings to get built, the zoned area needs to be adjacent to a road and have enough space on it. I feel like all this information they're giving me is stuff any idiot would know. So I gotta read it carefully because I don't know any of this stuff. No, any idiot would know this stuff, and so it seems like they're just delaying the fun, if there is any fun to be had in this game, by making me read a bunch of stuff to you. Low density housing. This zone is for single family homes. To have a positive effect on the residents' happiness, they, see, I can't read. Yeah, that's the sad truth of it. I cannot read. They have a positive effect on the residents' happiness, but can become expensive to live in when land values rise. Yeah, that's very bad grammar, very lazy writing. They should fire whoever wrote that line. Different job types and the availability of jobs affect the demand for different types of housing. Now see, does that have the word different in it? Different job types, that's one. And the availability of jobs affect the demand for different types of, okay, that only has the word different in the same sentence twice. That's still lousy, terrible writing, but it's only twice. I thought it was there 3 times. Specialized industrial areas for the extraction, collection, and shipping of natural resources. Now see, that's not even a complete sentence. If you ever feel that a zone is in the wrong place, you can choose to remove the entire zone or shape it by removing parts of it. Use the tool mode of your choice and while holding down the right mouse button, paint the area you want to remove. I don't want to remove any area. Are you listening? I put those areas down because I wanted them there. And your music is annoying me. Yeah, it is. And this whole 24 degrees Celsius, that's annoying me because I don't know what temperature that is. Okay, I'm an American. And it's the 4th of July. You should respect Americans, especially on the 4th of July. Rezoning. If you'd like to change an already zoned area to a different type, you can apply new zoning on top of the old one, just like has been available in SimCity since 1980 or something like that. So again, this sounds like stuff any idiot would know and not necessary to put into mandatory pop-ups. We could be building a city right now if we weren't reading all this ridiculosity. Buildings that already exist in the area you are rezoning or removing zoning from will become condemned. Again, you're ending a phrase with a preposition. That's bad. This is really lousy, terrible writing. Just get Grammarly, okay? You could have gotten Grammarly and basically had an AI fix your sentences and paragraphs so that they're properly worded. Condemned buildings will get automatically demolished over time. For faster rebuild time, you can bulldoze them yourself to make room for new buildings. Yeah, making room for no buildings makes no sense. Now we will go look, and as you can see, buildings are popping up. We don't have it in complete fast mode or anything like that, but buildings are starting to get built, and they will be low density housing. Now, as far away from the low density housing as you can get is, of course, where you want to put your... Oh, well, it won't let me put my industrial zones because I haven't read all their stupid stuposity. Commercial zones provide space for different types of business uses. Businesses provide services and jobs for the residents and increase city income by paying taxes and fees. Yes, everybody who does city builders knows this. Why are you pretending this is new information? You are delaying my enjoyment of this game, if there's any possible enjoyment in it, which I am beginning to doubt. And it says 1 of 3. Well, how do I get to 2 of 3? There we go. This zone type is for single-story or low-rise buildings for small business. These businesses provide important local services such as stores, restaurants, and gas stations for citizens living nearby. Now, you notice, just for this commercial zoning, they've had 3 different pop-ups and 3 different kinds of pop-ups, meaning different size pop-ups and different pop-ups showing up in different areas, different kinds of windows and all that. Zoning for commercial space will allow for commercial companies to start up businesses. For a prostrate business area, place it close to where the people are. Close proximity to residential zones benefits both the residents and the businesses. A good balance between these two will increase citizen happiness and provide both services as well as jobs. Businesses will continually need goods and materials. Having good connections to larger roads nearby makes for faster and easier deliveries. Pausing the simulation will temporarily stop time. Thank you for telling me that. I've never encountered a pause button in the world. There's no pause on my DVD player, my Blu-ray player, the VCRs I used to own. Never heard of a pause button before. There's no pause buttons in YouTube. I work in YouTube, although I'm independent from the company that owns YouTube, which would be Gaggle, I believe it's called. What's that? I'm hearing something from my director, my floor director.
You're listening to the Atmospheric Piano Channel, and I'm Liz Peterson.
Oh,
Don't
so
touch that dial.
It is the radio that is making all that obnoxious noise. And, of course, I didn't even know I had a floor director, so... But the floor director is saying that the name of the company that owns YouTube is actually Google, not Gaggle or Guggle or whatever I said before. Once you're done, unpause the game to resume the flow of time so that life in the city will continue. To life, l'chaim, l'chaim. Well, at least we get to still hear that obnoxious radio while we're paused. I was so worried the obnoxious radio would go away if we were paused. If you feel time is going by too slowly or passing by too quickly, you could switch between 3 different simulation speeds. Pausing the simulation. Why is it telling me this again? Will temporarily stop time. You know, reading your stupid pop-ups will temporarily stop time. Now I've got to read the thing for industrial zoning, or it won't let me actually put down any industrial zones. You have to be the most annoying game I have played in a long time. To which the game says, do I have to be? Industrial zones provide land for industrial businesses. Period. Industries provide jobs and increase the city's tax revenue. The zone type allows for all types of industrial, manufacturing, buildings, and warehouses. Industrial companies process materials to create material goods, which can be further processed by other industries, sold by commercial businesses, or used by city services. I feel like this might be on the test. Zoning land for industrial use will allow industrial companies to start up businesses. Thank you for telling me that. I never would have figured that out in a billion years. That is sarcasm. Industrial companies are dependent on materials, so they work best near racehorses and benefit greatly from good traffic connections in their immediate vicinity. Manufacturing creates pollution, so it's best to place these zones away from people's homes and groundwater deposits. Let us place an industrial zone. That's a pretty huge zone. These bars give you a glance at what types of zones are currently needed in your city. The fuller the bar, the higher the demand is for that zone type, just like in SimCity since 1980, whatever. Each bar grows and shrinks constantly according to the city's changing needs and your zoning efforts. I wish real bars did that. That would be great. You go into a bar, there's not a lot of people wanting to drink at the time, so the bar shrinks. It becomes more cozy. But then a lot of people come in, they want to dance and things like that. The bar gets bigger. That would be handy. Electricity basics. Almost everything in the city needs electricity to work. A well-working electricity grid keeps citizens happy and services running. Well, right now I'm not even sure we have them walking, much less running. I'm wondering if there's a game to be played in here. And I wonder if there's a mod I can download to turn your Celsius into Fahrenheit. Your miles, I mean your kilometers into miles. Your meters into feet. Now that I know what is causing that obnoxious noise pollution, I'm going to have to kill the radio volume by quite a bit. Resume game. It's still pretty loud even though I cut it by so much. Almost everything in the city needs electricity to work. A well-working electricity grid keeps citizens happy and services running. Well, how about just keeping them walking for now? Small coal power plant. Coal power plant is a great resource of high voltage electricity, but also generates a lot of pollution. And not the audio pollution that the radio station is producing. Building a coal power plant. Placing the power plant downwind from... You notice how the words are going up there automatically so I can't read them? And you notice how we're a half hour into this and we don't have a playable game yet? Place the power plant downwind from housing and away from water sources to avoid polluting them. The visual overlays show the wind direction and the locations of groundwater sources. All power plants have an integrated transformer that converts the high voltage electricity produced by the plant into low voltage electricity that is usable by buildings. When the power plant is placed next to the road, the transformer begins feeding the low voltage electricity grid automatically through the road's integrated electric cabling. The plant also has a high voltage connection point at the back, which can be used later to create an efficient power grid by transferring electricity further with power lines. Coal power plants will require a steady supply of coal to remain operational. Good road access keeps the needed supplies coming in. Okay, we're just going with the one right now, so. It has an info panel if I want to read it. Tells me what it's costing to keep up a month, how much power it's producing, and all of that jazz. I'm thinking of giving up on this game because we're a half hour into it and we really haven't gotten to play it. Water. Every city needs a good water network. Households, companies, and industries all need water to operate and survive. When the water system is working well, get it? Water well. Citizens stay healthier, and companies and services are able to cooperate to operate without problems. Groundwater pumping station can be used if your current city limits contain underground water deposits. Groundwater pumping stations are placed on the surface above water deposits to provide clean water for the city. So like right there, for instance, over water. Okay. Water pumping stations can be used if your current city limits have access to open water. Water pumping stations are placed on the shoreline of any open water to provide clean water for the city. Select the type of pumping station you want to start with and close this panel to move on. Again, very, very bad grammar. You can come back to this panel if you change your mind. What if I change the game I'm playing? That seems much more likely. You can also build more and different types of pumps later on. You mean like stilettos? Well, they said I could, but it turns out I can't. Build a groundwater pumping station. I did that. Connect groundwater pumping stations. Pumping stations need a road connection. If your station is already built next to a road, you're all set and the station is connected to the road utility network. This is really annoying how that text keeps moving while I'm trying to read. If your station isn't connected to a road, you'll need to build one. Look for the road required notification and zoom in to see which side of the building it's on and building your road along that side. And build your road along that side. You could use any road.
Are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this.
You could use any road with a built-in pipe network. When the station is connected to the rest of the road system, water will be connected as well as start flowing.
Service announcement. Pending updates to our
water pipe not connected.
The city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines.
Looks to me like it's connected.
On how to plan.
That's a road. It says it's not connected to the road.
A local public service announcement.
Maybe if I just unpause it, it will decide it's connected, but it doesn't look like it.
Thank you for joining us here today at the Atmospheric Piano Channel. I'm Liz Peterson, and I'm your host.
I really don't care. I did try and silence you, and you didn't care about that. So that's all the stuff about how to build a city. We're 34 minutes into this slog, and we don't have any electricity. I don't think we have any citizens, do we? When you're ready, there's a tutorial task waiting for you. Find the next task in the task list to continue learning how to build a city. Well, the truth is I'm just not motivated to do that. So I am going to kill this video for now. Like and subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe anyway. There's 280 other videos that are either on the channel right now from different games, or the other ones that aren't up there yet, they're going to show up over the next 2 weeks because they're scheduled to debut. So subscribe so that you can get all this beautiful stuffuses.